Hi everyone. I have another video with this new stamp from Better Things Ahead. Beautiful sentiment. There are far better things ahead than any we leave behind. Perfect. I did make a video of this card that I made, and if you watch the video, I kind of messed up my heat embossing. So what I did was I stamped it again on some black cardstock and then foam mounted it so it looks straight and there's not white specks everywhere. So I did fix that mistake. If you didn't catch that video, I will link it for you guys. But on this one, I don't know, I've got this slight obsession with doing Northern Lights. So let's see if we can make that happen. So for paper, I have a piece of this Strathmore mixed media paper cut down to 5 1/4 by 4. The reason I like this paper is because it's very heavy duty, so I know it's going to be able to take on the water. I have it in my mini Misty. I have the stamp mounted. Now, I want to heat emboss this first. So first thing I'm going to do is I am going to ink it up with some VersaFine Clair. Okay, this ink does take to heat embossing. I am going to use some black heat embossing powder from Sparkle and Sprinkle. From what I understand, I guess they don't have a store anymore. They're just focused online now. But it's just, you know, whatever black embossing powder you have. So this might take a couple inkings to get good solid image here. We'll see. And like I said, this paper is really heavy. It is, let me see if it says what the weight is on there. 184 pounds. So really, really heavy paper. And you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do my anti-static tool. Whoopsie. And I had it right there. Now, for colors today, we're going to be using the Spectrum Noir Sparkle inks. I have, I don't know, Amethyst, Aquamarine, Moonstone, Festive Spruce, and Emerald Green. So we'll see how these colors work together. I'm shaking them and then turning them upside down so that all the glitter goes towards the lid, so that when I'm ready to use them, all that sparkle will be at the top and not at the bottom of the jar. Have a little cup of water, brush, and a paper towel off to the side as well. Okay, I'm going to do one more inking and then we're going to do the black heat embossing. The reason I want to do the heat embossing is I want this to really stand out as our image. And I don't want the background, like that paper, to get all saturated. Okay, I think we're pretty good there. You dropped something. Okay. Now I should have used the anti-static tool because I don't want this black powder on the background at all, but I think we'll be okay. We'll see here in a second. Shoot myself in the foot already because it's stuck all over the lady. Here we go. Oh, there we go. And the reason I use black ink is because if I miss any place with the heat embossing, you're really not going to be able to notice it too much because the black ink kind of camouflages that. Or I hope that it camouflages that. And this is why I should have used an anti-static tool. I got so excited I just wanted to stamp the stamp. I have this slight obsession with trying to do the Northern Lights now. All right, I'm gonna leave that alone, heat that up. Did miss a little bit over here on this side with the heat embossing, but I think we'll be fine. All right, so we're just going to give that a second to cool down. I'm working on my nonstick mat just so it's easier to clean up. I'm going to get my jars all ready over here. And I wanted to use a brush today for a little more control instead of trying to spray it and have like this randomness. I'm going to start with the greens. Haven't tried this yet, so you guys are along for the ride. I gotta get a little bit smaller brush. Okay, so I have a size 4 and a size 6. These are silver black velvet brushes, just using small round brushes. And I think I'm gonna start with the smaller brush and dip into the lighter green, which I believe was emerald green. And the way I did it before was I made like these kind of like upside down triangles, kind of like this, where they were wider at the top and they just kind of came down. Just made them real like random, and then just fill in with the darker colors around the outside. And of course it's Northern Lights, so you do whatever you want. It's your imagination. I'm sure that they don't stay the same. So, and what's nice about this ink is it has a little bit of shimmer to it, so once it dries you get this cool kind of effect. And I'm just trying to lay down some color here, and then I'll go in and add some water and just kind of wash it down a little bit and then get them to blend. So I just want to do those. Those are the greens. I always like to put my lids on and move them aside because I'm so afraid I'm going to dump them over and make a mess. So I'm going to bring in these two blues. I have Moonstone and Aquamarine. these have a little bit bigger area to cover, so I'm going to go in with the bigger brush. And just kind of fill in all of the open space with the lighter blue, which is the Moonstone. And you can see as it touches that green, it kind of reactivates it, which is pretty. That's what we want. And because our image is heat embossed, we don't have to worry about it getting runny. I'm going to go with the little darker blue. And I really want to, at this point, take that darker blue and kind of smudge out those lines of the greens so that they are not as harsh, so it kind of looks, you know, like they're all blended together. So we're going to add more color and just keep doing that, keep blending it. Now I lost some of my lighter green, so I want to bring a little bit more of that in. And use any colors you have. I just like the greens and blues, but I know you can do pinks, you can do some yellows, you can do whatever you want. I'm going to add some more of this emerald green in and a little more sparkle. See how that color, the mica drops down to the bottom. And I'm going back in with the smaller brush, and I'm going to kind of take back my territory here with that lighter green. Just push that other color out of the way. The other way you can lighten it up is just adding water. So we can add water and that reactivates it, and then just take a paper towel and kind of blot that out of there. And that gives a little bit different effect. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. I'll do a little bit more of that actually. There we go. Now we're getting that look we want. Yes, okay, now we got a technique down. Put our color down, I'm gonna blob some water on there, let it take some of that ink up, and then paper towel that out of there. And if it's too light, go back in and add more color in there. I like having more of the green than the blue. Now I don't like the harsh bubbles, so I'm going to go back in and color over them. And what you guys can't see on the camera is there is a lot of shimmer here. Okay, so now I think I have a good foundation of green. I want to add some more of the darker blue down at the bottom here. Actually, I have this purple. Let's use a little bit of this purple. This is a really dark, dark purple. It's called Amethyst. It almost looks black. I do have black too, but I just thought the black would overtake it because of the black heat embossing. So I'm not going to use black. I'm just going to use a little bit of purple. I'm going to use the smaller brush. And we'll probably do is lay down some color and then again, you know, dab it out. So we'll just do it like along the edges here. Okay, so yeah, that's super dark, so we're gonna need to water that down. There we go. There we go. I'll water that down, carry that up the mountain a little bit here. and then take it back off. Get a little bit of color. And like I said, if you don't like it, if you think it's too dark, put water on there and lift it back off. The messier this gets, the more you get into it with layering the colors and dabbing them on and off, I think the prettier this is looking. And that's why I like that heavy Bristol paper, because it takes that water beautifully. Oh, this looks cool. I really like adding that purple and taking off. I want to add like a little pinch of it right here. A tiny pinch of purple there. Kind of have it fading out like that. No, we don't want that purple there. Take that off of there. Well, now we have purple there. Now let's erase the purple. No more purple. Bye, purple. We didn't really want you there, purple. Put a little bit of you like this, though. Okay, I think I'm done messing with it. I like all of the greens, the purples, the blues. I'm going to put my inks to the side here. Okay, let me bring the heat tool over. And of course, again, if you don't like any of the harsh lines on there, this purple's kind of a harsh line here. Go back in with your water, blend it out. Dab it out of there. I dig it. Okay, let's heat set this. And you be careful when you're heat setting it, because you don't want to hit your heat embossing again. So you want to focus on quick moves, keeping up high, and just doing the top part. Down a little bit, just 1/8 of an inch. And then I will mount it on black cardstock, which is cut down to 5 1/4 by 4. So it'll have a tiny, tiny border. And And then, of course, you could stamp your sentiment on the top. I stamped it on the bottom of the other card. You could stamp it on the top of this one. A little bit more off the bottom, just a hair. Actually, I could make this, yeah, that'll work. We'll make it 3 3/4 by 5 for the panel. That'll fit perfectly. I'm not going to make the same mistake of heat embossing it when this isn't dry, so I will worry about the sentiment later. I did that on the last one. Heat embossed it because I was impatient. It wasn't dry. Yeah, so we'll do that later. Okay, I'm going to put glue on this whole panel because it is slightly warped. Matting it on a 5 1/4 by 4 black matte cardstock here. And I want to make sure that it is straight. Okay. And then again, full panel of glue. I like this art glitter glue because it does dry quickly. It does hold well, so I know that my panel will dry and stay together, and most of that warping will be reduced. This white cardstock is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, so it is full card front size, so all I have to do is mount it to a card when I'm ready. Okay, and I just put a heavy acrylic block under there and let that dry. Again, the stamp set that I use is brand new release for January 2020 from Blue Knight Rubber Stamps called Better Things Ahead. I use the Bristol Strathmore mixed media card. We did heat embossing with some VersaFine Claire Nocturne ink and some black embossing powder from Sparkle and Sprinkle. And then used a variety of Spectrum Noir Sparkle inks to add some color to that. If you guys have any questions about anything I used, I will post the links down in the description for you. If you like this video, I appreciate your thumbs up. If this is your first time at my channel, I would appreciate you subscribing. You're going to click in the bottom right corner here, and every time I post a new video, you will be notified. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep on stamping. Bye, guys. See the sparkle?